So if you want something and it's something that you have as a dream and as a goal, you can go out and get it too. But I'm just trying to figure out, can I rely on you to try and make some of this stuff happen? Or are you just putting in requests? Because if anybody's being pressured, it's me.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 96 of
How Married Are You? My name Beleaf, this is Yvette, and we've been married 9 years. Live in California, got 4 kids. Relationship scary, and it's very necessary that we share our love and struggles, and we ask,
how married are you?
Every Tuesday and Thursday, shoddy. If you're listening, you're in a wedding party. Some deep, sometimes lighthearted. I don't know what else to say, so it's time to get it started like it's chocolate.
Baby, story time.
Chocolate baby story time. It's
chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
it's chocolate baby story time.
Uzi has been like trying to talk his hardest. I go toy. He's just been running his mouth.
Gosh.
He just won't stop, and he's like really trying to get his words out. So it's only a matter of time before we have another color on the screen for the subtitles on Beleaf and Fatherhood. It's like a rite of passage. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What you got?
Tonight, Theo came into the room. I was laying in bed with Uzi, and I'll admit, at some point after a quiet time, it was like everybody was just saying, "Mom, mom, mom, mom." They were just at me.
Yeah.
And I was visibly frustrated. But anywho, before they went and brushed their teeth, Theo comes in the room. He goes, "Mom, I know it's a rough day, but you're a good mom and you're doing a good job."
Wow. Shout out to the emotional IQ on that kid.
For real. Because words of affirmation is my love language. And I could tell that young fella was so genuine in expressing that to me. And it was just what I needed.
Yeah,
it was just what I needed.
I often feel like he's the most like selfless person in the house. Like he is kind of like, all right, man, y'all not gonna get Uzi. All right, I'll get him. Naya, please be quiet. Raya, sit down so we don't get in trouble. Pick up after yourself. Dad, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like he's gotta feel a little bit more celebrated and free. Because I feel like he's definitely like, he's the one that's kind of like meeting the needs. He's
carrying the burden of everybody's emotions. It's not funny though, because he really does like care. Like, are you okay, Naya? Or Uzi? You know, yeah. He's a very
yeah, he's been doubling back on hugs too. So he'll give me a hug and then he'll be like, "Can I have another one?"
Aw. I have to ask him for a hug still.
Yeah, nah, not me.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Good job on Theo. He's such a good kid, man. All right.
Who are you saying good job to?
Good job to Theo.
Oh.
He's a good kid.
I thought you were saying good job to us for like raising him.
No. No, man.
So how much of it is nature versus nurture? We didn't nurture that kid to be this way?
Maybe some of it, but he chose to hang on to it. I don't think we raised Raya very much differently. He's completely oblivious.
Raya is not completely oblivious. Lately, Raya has been harming Uzi, not in like a, whatever, but he just keeps having accidents.
Yeah, like today, did you see him run him over today? When he ran to the door when the Amazon person came?
I didn't see that, but I did see him come, you know how they would give hugs and kisses before bed? Uzi and I were in the kitchen, and Raya is trying to give me a hug and a kiss, and he does. And then Raya like goes and like gives Uzi a hug and a kiss, but picks up Uzi. Uzi's not really wanting all this love. Puts Uzi down, and Uzi doesn't have his balance, so he knocks his head against the.
He's just always. It's just so frustrating, man. Because I'm just like, bro, you do not have to do all that.
Yeah.
You know. It's like please just stop.
Just simmer.
Like today, I caught him. I'm turning the music back on. I caught him. Okay, so we got a couch from Ashley's like a while ago, but we don't really use it because it's in the other room. So this guy sits not on the couch, but on the cushion, and the cushion rips. And
which really doesn't, it really speaks to the the manufacturer of the couch more so than him. Like, yes, he was sitting on it the wrong way, but the way the couch is made is probably, it's not, it should be able to withstand that.
I mean, okay. But if you use something in the wrong way, it will break. You know what I'm saying? My issue is like today I told him I told him I said, you sit your butt on the couch. Your butt goes on the couch. I walked in the room and he's standing on the arm of the chair. And he sees me and kind of jumps there. I said, sit on the floor. You can't sit on the couch anymore. Sit on the floor. And then I've been watching him on a Wise Cam, and he's like, you know how he rocks back and forth. He just does not sit still, man. And it's just like, you just kind of watch him. He's just like, man, I just gonna look away, man, because if I do, like, I feel like I'm just going to continue to annoy him. You know what I mean? But Raya definitely has like a time where, you know how like your phone isn't updated, it like freaks out and it stops working. Like after a certain amount of time, around like right at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, there's a time of day when he
just kind of like loses all like control.
For sure, like his naps got cut short because Theo is older. Like Theo was napping like really good naps up until he was like 5 years old. Mind you, Raya's still 5, but he doesn't take regular naps.
Yeah.
And so I think that is probably where I have fallen short with him.
He needs definitely to like just stop for a while.
I mean, we have quiet time, but I don't make it where they just don't do anything.
He turned 6 on Saturday.
Uzi
turns 1 on Friday. That's tomorrow for those of you in podcast world. Okay. All right, babe, go ahead and talk about this topic. This is one of them episodes where it's gonna be,
it might turn into this reminds me of Angel's podcast. Is this going to cause an argument?
That chick Angel. Shout out to that chick Angel.
Yeah, but you know, so I was like, Glenn, we should do an episode on peer pressure in marriage. And he was like, and then he seemed irritated by the topic, and then he was like, oh no, let's do it because I feel peer pressure too.
Well, okay, so how do you feel like I'm peer pressuring you?
So I don't know if we've kind of talked about this or not, but oh, by the way, I was just scratching right here. I just have to share this story. I know this is a lot of chocolate baby story time, but I had Uzi on my back in the carrier, right? And he like has his arms like right here. But today he was just like literally pinching my back fat, like my
just over and over again. He does that sometimes.
I was like, Uzziah,
he just finds like
leave
a little
me
piece
alone. I know I gotta go back to the gym.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna rub this dry right here.
Anyway, so man, and mind you, I just finished watching Becoming on Netflix, and I know that I'm late. I know that I should have watched it sooner, but I wanted to finish the book before I watched the documentary. And mind you, I've had the book for I had to get the Audible version so I could actually finish it. Anywho, I am a huge fan of Michelle Obama, and I just love that woman. One day we're going to meet and have lunch or something. But I was listening to her talk about, you know, how, and I read it in the book, how she was kind of entering into this relationship with Barack, and she could kind of tell where he was going and the trajectory of his career, his life or whatever. And she was like, I kind of coasted, I did school, I got the job, and yada, yada, yada. She did what she was supposed to do to end up at the firm that she ended up at. But then she realized, I just kind of did what I was supposed to do. I didn't necessarily pursue anything ambitions or whatever. And then when she finally kind of got that energy, she got pregnant. And then, you know, motherhood kind of took over the thing. And then Barack becomes president of the United States. And
just like that.
I mean, not just like that, but, you know, like just things kept happening that kind of would, I don't want to say interfere, but kind of, you know, veer her off the path to like the straightaway path to whatever. And she said something on the documentary. She was like, you know, I just had to start showing up for myself. And she was like, it came to a point where she was like, we would have the kids at home and Barack would just kind of still be doing his life. Like, she's like, how you have time to go to the gym when we got kids here and yada, yada, yada. And then she was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the gym too. And she just like made room. She just started kind of forcing her way in and just doing those things. And so I guess I'm saying all of that to say, like, I feel like you have been wanting me to kind of do that thing of showing up for myself. And I feel like you may in your mind have some perceptions or images of what that might look like. Or you might even have some hopes, dreams, or ambitions of what that might look like.
For you?
For me, and for me as it fits into what you've already got going on or whatever. And I feel like I'm trying to figure things out for myself as far as what does what's next. Because she, like, one of the girls on the thingamajig were asking her, you know, so how do you go back to what life used to be like before the White House? And she was like, a huge part of who I am happened before the White House.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, and then we had a good chunk of my life that happened in the White House. And she's like, I don't really think that there's any going back or returning to that normal. It's more like I'm creating a new path or another track or whatever. And so I was kind of thinking about that in relation to my own self. And it's like, you know, I loved teaching. I really enjoyed my career. I loved working with the kids. I loved math. I loved it all. And then, and then like you got this platform with Beleaf in Fatherhood. And as a result, I've kind of inherited a platform of my own. And I've said this before, and she said it in the documentary, how now like that she has this platform, she feels responsible to use it in a meaningful way. And so that's kind of where I'm at as well. And so for me though, I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like. And I feel a lot of pressure from you to like figure that out quickly. And it's kind of getting a little bit like, okay, dude, I know I got to figure it out, but leave me alone. Not leave me alone, but like, you know, like let me figure it out. Yeah. But you say things like that, I'll leave you alone. But then it's like, you see the smirk. Look at the camera. Do you guys see the smirk on his face? It's like a thing. It's like, okay, he's leaving him alone, but there's like there's this judgment that's happening.
Judgment towards you. I want you to do whatever you want. I don't want to bug you.
But then like today you made a statement to me. You were like, what was your statement? You repeat it.
You repeat what you said to me.
What? No, first say what you said to me.
I didn't say anything to you at first. Okay,
what did I say to you? I don't even remember.
You don't remember the request you made?
Oh.
Now this is where all the women in the wedding party start to smile and giggle, and then they're just waiting for it, and then you're gonna say what you're gonna say, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's no big deal," and then I'm gonna respond in my very much Beleaf Glen way, and then they're gonna be like, "He's mean,
relax. Here, hold on, gosh, Y'all, I forgot what I had said in order to bring about this comment. But here's what I said. And I'm going to explain before you say what you said. I was like, babe, when we get rich.
Can you tell them what you were doing? Can you just describe what was happening?
In the moment, I was cooking, wasn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at that moment, I was cooking. I was in the kitchen cooking. And, and I was just kind of feeling like, ugh. Like tonight's dinner was kind of one of those dinners where it's like, I did not try. I was just like, we got some rice, we got some chicken. Here, y'all. Anyway, I was in the kitchen and I was like, okay, I really want, I was like, babe, when we get rich, I want a personal chef, a housekeeper, and a nanny.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I said.
Okay.
And then you said,
I don't remember what I said. What did I say?
You're like, how are you going to make that happen?
Yeah. I said, how are you going to make that happen?
And then I looked at him and I was like,
you're my getter. You're my go get him guy.
I was like, you're the one that makes things happen. And, yeah. And then when he threw, you see how he threw it back at me? He was like, well, how are you going to make that happen? And I was like, oh shoot, I guess I can. But then it was like, how? How?
Yeah. So what are you asking? Because do you realize where you are right now?
Yes.
Do you realize you've maneuvered yourself in a way that you look bad. you look bad out here. You look really bad out here.
And so that's when I was like, I feel the peer pressure because he makes it sound so easy, you guys. He makes it sound like it's easy for me to just go out and make money and do all the things. And I don't necessarily feel like it's that easy. And I know there are a lot of you boss moms out there who are doing the dang thing. And if you are those people, you tell me in the comment sections how you're doing that. Because I am not done talking because you didn't want to talk. Now you want to talk. Now I got something to say. Now, what was I saying?
How are the boss moms doing it?
How are you boss moms doing it? And I think here's the thing, man. I think what it is, this is starting to turn into an Yvette Unplugged episode. Why? What's wrong with you?
Can you continue?
Get your hands off your face.
No, I have to cover my mouth. Otherwise, I'm just going to blurt stuff out.
This is how therapy works, y'all. I'll be talking and then Glen's just covering his face.
Do you have anything to say? Because I can go now.
Okay. I have something to say. I guess my main concern is that, and I guess it doesn't even matter when you think about it, the grand scheme of things, but it's okay, well, if I do go hard to make money, then I feel like my children are going to miss out on something. It feels like if I go hard one way, then something else is missing out. And so it's hard to prioritize what to pursue, what to give most of my energy and attention to. Mm-hmm. The floor is yours.
It's insane to me.
Oh, insane.
Yeah. Are you going to do that the whole time I'm talking? Okay. Yeah, cover your mouth. It's insane to me how you don't want pressure that you are willing to so easily give me.
I don't want pressure that I was so
I want you to
easily...
take off I don't want you to be distracted when I'm talking right now.
Oh,
okay? I want you to hear what I'm saying.
Sucky.
Because you're you're doing your thing and it's kind of irritating.
Hold on, sorry, I shook the...
You're okay with me having the pressure to become rich and get us a chef, a nanny, and a housekeeper. That's not pressure to you because I guess I make it look easy or it's not a challenge.
No, it's you're already got the ball rolling.
Yeah, but that's not my dream. That's not something I want. That's not my responsibility. My responsibility isn't for you to make requests and me to go get it. So there's this, like, I'm like, okay, there's a supportive wife, and then there's a partner, a business partner. So if you're gonna be the supportive wife, I and basically what I said was, after she said that, I said, how you gonna make that happen? Because she's like, you're like the guy, and I just was like, I'm responsible for us having the things that you want. Like, what about the things that I want? Right? So it's almost like you're making like you're ordering something. Cover your mouth. It's like you're ordering something at McDonald's. Have it your way. What would you like today? I want a Big Mac, no cheese. I want 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just making requests, and I'm supposed. And so I'm like, am I supposed to be listening to this? This is your responsibility. If that is something you want, that's you. It's not me. You have the wherewithal to figure it out. And I know you have a lot going against you right now, but that is exactly where I was when I created this. So don't do that to me, because I feel like, okay, are you telling me that I can just go and work and get the stuff and you're not going to work? Like, you're not going to have anything going on with yourself? Like, is that what you're saying to me? Like, hey, I'm making these requests. I'll hold down the fort for now, but when in a couple years, in a few years, I'm going to need this, this, and this. Because you know I'll make it happen. 100% I can make it happen. However, I don't want that. That's your desire. So I'm like, you think I'm pressuring you because I didn't put the demand on you. I don't want nothing. Like, I didn't put the demand on you. I'm not saying, all right, so I want this and this and this, so I'm going to go out and work and get it. Like, these are things that we said we want, right? So if you want something and it's something that you have as a dream and as a goal, you can go out and get it too. But I'm just trying to figure out, can I rely on you to try and make some of this stuff happen? Or are you just putting in requests? Mm-hmm. Because if anybody's being pressured, it's me. Mm. When we become rich, what kind of way is that to start out a sentence?
Well, damn. You told me.
Well, I mean,
you told me, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like, I don't know, man. I don't know how to receive that, because I do feel like there's a lot stacked against me, but I don't want to play victim. But at the same time, it's like, what is the work of taking care of your children, homeschooling them, and like, like,
homie, we got 2 nannies.
What?
We went from having 1 nanny, having COVID, losing the nanny, and now we have 2 nannies.
What 2 nannies do we have?
We have a nanny and a half.
What? Who's the half? We don't have a nanny and a half. We have a nanny and we have babysitters. So who are available to us, but it's not that we're like using them or whatever.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, that is some type of room for you to get something done. And if you want,
yeah,
and it's not like you can't go get a maid right now if you wanted to. I'm not, but like, why is it on me? Like, I just like the audacity that you could just say that to me. It's just like, who do you think I am? Like, what am I doing all this work for? Like, what's happening? For me, I was like, oh, I'm telling the counselor. Oh, I've got some fire coming. We might need an hour and a half. Cause I'm like,
I definitely think an hour is too short.
Cause I was just like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with this information. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. I was really hurt, cause I was kind of like, I'm responsible for that now. And I could have just been like, yeah, you got it, babe. But I'm just like, nah, you're capable. You're capable of making stuff happen. Mm-hmm. I know you can do it. I've seen you do it. It just, you have to want it. I don't want that. I'm cool teaching the kids and letting them be the nannies and the cleaning or whatever and cooking their own food. And she was like, well, who's gonna cook your food? I was like, I'm a meal prep. That's what Yvette said.
I was saying, who's gonna cook the food?
No, she said, who's gonna cook the food? And I said, well, I'm a meal prep. She's like, what about for the rest of your family? It's like, they're gonna learn how to cook.
Yeah.
I never desired to live like Carlton Banks, like, nor have my children like have a maid or
No.
like a housekeeper. Like, that is not a thing to me. You know what I'm saying? But I know that culturally, like, that's normal in a lot of different countries, and it's normal here to have like someone come and help you clean the house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
To do the deep cleaning.
But I've just never seen it. So that's not something I'm relying on at all.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I know. I was just dreaming. Sometimes I like to dream.
Yeah, you dream. You go ahead and dream. God gave you those dreams. You gotta manifest that. I don't have those dreams. I don't know. And so I'm trying to feel like, what am I trying to get you to do? Because I'm trying to, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like I can hold you accountable.
It seems like you're trying to get me to make money. Like, you want me to make money because I have lots of hopes and dreams.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm like, well, how am I supposed to make money?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, as far as the influencer realm, I've made so many mistakes that you don't have to make. I've already, when I tell you, hey, just do this, this, and this, like this, like, what I was asking you to do was like, this is enough for you to just kind of kill it in the moment. And you don't really have to put all your attention toward this because it's a co-labor thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to prevent you from making mistakes that I made, and just really, it's going to be easier for you to get money than it was for me. You know what I mean? And so I'm just trying to make those opportunities happen. Mm-hmm. But and so we were talking to our counselor, therapist, and I'm not going to give too much information because I don't know if I'm supposed to or whatever. But like, one of the things was like, you want Yvette to do it your way. And I was like, kinda. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was coming in as a teacher and Yvette was teaching for 7 years and I was new, I would expect her to help me. I would expect her to give me all like help me before I make all the mistakes. This is a new space that the rules change all the time. And so I just feel like you got to come into it like just realizing you got a really good tutor. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want to do it as like a way to find yourself, then that's fine. But then again, I can't base my decisions around, your desires, because those are things you desire. Mm-hmm. I feel peer pressure. I feel that. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you, man, because I understand what you're like the intersection you're at, and I hear you talk about it a lot, and you're just kind of like, you're free to do this and I'm not. And it's like, I haven't even really left the house like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what does that have to do with anything?
Like, it's not like it was when I first got to office and I was never here. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't seem like you've changed. Like, your story has changed. Like, it seems like you're still in the same place. Like, you got this, I don't. You can do this, I can't. And I'm like, okay, well, what can I do? And I'm like, at some point, I feel like I just can't. Like, I can't. Like, it's that whole distancing thing I was telling you about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to focus on what I'm good at. Because, I've been like desirous of bringing you, like, us hand in hand partnering together. But, Rich was telling me, like, you can lead from behind and push someone forward. You can lead by someone's side, or you can lead from in front. And I think I just have to kind of move in front of you, which makes me feel like we aren't really on the same team. And I don't like that feeling. it doesn't feel like we are side to side, face to face. It feels like we're kind of back to back, you know. But if you want to divide and conquer, we can do that. It just doesn't seem like that. Where you at with it?
I guess I'm processing what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. And I don't want to pressure you to respond too soon, so.
Yeah. Can I ask, like, what are your expectations of me?
Don't we talk about this a lot?
Do we? You mean on the podcast or in person?
You know, I feel like we always talk about it. I don't know. I don't know what my expectations are anymore. You know, I'm just kind of tired of like.
Me?
No, just never like, just always feeling like we're starting from the beginning. And I feel like you have this story in your head that there's something happening to you that you can't control. You can't get yourself out, and I have to do it. Like, it's like
I don't think it's something that you are responsible for necessarily, but I do feel like there is a story that I'm telling myself of, if this is different, then, you know what I mean? So, like, for example, every morning I want to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and actually like do quiet time and all my things. But when I wake up in the morning, I have one of two things that prevents me from doing that. One of the things is Uzi, who is likely to wake up at any moment. The other thing is a messy home from the day before. And so I can't just sit there and like do my quiet time if like there's dishes in the sink, and I know that after quiet time is over, the kids are going to be up and they're going to want to eat. So I got to clear the kitchen so that I can cook breakfast when they wake up. And if I don't clean the kitchen now, then it's going to delay when breakfast is ready. And then when the kids wake up, they're going to be on me about feeding them, and I'm going to get annoyed, and then it's just going to start the day off the wrong way. And so rather than me spending that quiet time, I clear space. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be proactive about avoiding certain temperaments with the kids because I know it's going to set me off the wrong way. Even though I know that my quiet time is valuable for setting my day off right. And I've tried to work on that by at least loading the dishwasher before I go to bed at night. But let's say I even do that. Like right now, the dishwasher is running, right? But in the morning when I wake up, I'm going to see, oh, the blanket's left off. Or, you know, like I have this thing in my mind where it's like I have to create order in order to be able to move forward with other things. And so I feel like what's happening is I'm trying to not only create physical order, but I'm also trying to create mental order in order to be able to do some of the things that I feel like you would like to see me do. That I would like to see me do.
Yeah, like it doesn't, like it's not about me.
I mean, but it is.
It isn't. I don't want it to be about me anymore. You know, like if you don't want to make any money, that's fine. Like I don't want to pressure you to do it, but I also don't want to see you doing things for free because it devalues my brand. That is very detrimental to my business. If you're giving, you know, that stuff away for free. I don't want you to think about what I want you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we started How Married Are You, I thought it was a solution to the problem that you don't have a thing and that you don't feel involved in belief in fatherhood or welcomed. You know what I'm saying? And so How Married Are You is great, you know what I'm saying? But it's still not you, it's us. And so with Yvette Unplugged and the things that you're doing, you know, trying to figure out your own stuff, you're trying to find your footing there, and I think that's great. But it has nothing to do with me, and I don't want it to feel like that anymore. But sometimes it does feel like that. So when we have to invest money and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't. Like at some point, it's crazy to me. Like when I'm not here, when I'm out of town, you flourish. You flourish. You turn into a unicorn. You jump over the moon. You do everything. You know what I'm saying? And then when I come here, it's like, or when I'm home, it's like, I don't know what you want me to do. I just feel like it's so simple for me. You know what I mean? And I just want to execute when I'm working, because that's what I can bring value to. I can be present, and then when I'm working, I can just really be working and execute hard. But I can't chase your identity. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're trying to invent yourself around me. And I'm like, I don't want you to do that. I just want to execute what I'm supposed to be doing, because that's what I feel like God has missioned me to do and set me on course to do. And there is no victimization in that. I don't feel like a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel very blessed to be in the positions we're in and working with the companies we work with and being able to express the thoughts we have. But I don't know what's going on with you, but it's impeding on me. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of like, what am I really responsible for? Am I on mission for God? Am I on mission to, whatever your requests are? You know what I'm saying? So I know I said a lot and you're still processing, so I apologize.
How married are you?
Yeah. I'm so married that you got a nice little studio time today. Right? At the office. Got to go there and record your podcast.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah. Yvette went to the office and rented out the podcast studio. That's at the office, and it has the same device we use, so it's pretty easy for her to just go there and set up. Did you like do you want to get a membership there, or?
Let's wait on it. Like, let's not. Mm-hmm. Let's kind of see how things work out with the new nanny and stuff, because I don't want you to have to, I want to make sure she can handle her own, because I can work from home. Mm-hmm. I just didn't want to
But was it nice?
It was nice. It was nice to be able to think and focus. But the thing is with me, the trouble that I have is that even when I'm away, I'm here wondering what's happening. Does Uzi need me? Are they bothering Glen? I can never just leave.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I have the same problem when I have to get on a plane, but that's a me problem, and that's a you problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was nice. It was nice to be able to not have someone say, "Mom, Mom."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, babe. How married are you?
I'm so married that the other morning you had a pretty big day, and I really wanted to make sure that you at least had breakfast. So I made you breakfast.
The day was bigger than big. It was probably one of the biggest days.
But we're not going to tell them about it.
We can't tell them about it yet, but when will we be able to tell them? Let's see what day on the calendar we're able to tell them. So they will know by next Tuesday. So we can say it on the next podcast. This is the day it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll tell you guys on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you guys to hear. Glen's doing big things, y'all. Big things.
See, and that's the thing we were talking about in therapy. Like, what does we mean? Because when I have a successful thing, it's not us, it's Glen. And so she doesn't take ownership there, which makes her feel like she's not a part. And then it's like, okay, so problems. All right, guys, 10 years in, still got issues. We are coming up on episode 100 in about 4 episodes, right? And then we are going into our 10th year of marriage. So I don't know. I feel like we need to take a little bit of a sabbatical
because
coming up
we haven't
soon.
Done that already.
We haven't done that already. We always take sabbaticals, but not on purpose. We don't like stop on purpose, y'all.
Take an intentional sabbatical.
Yeah, we just literally don't show up. So what we want to say is, we appreciate you guys, man. Don't forget to stream Apple TV Plus, Dad's 7-day trial. Get it in. I'm in this movie, and I'll tell you, we are in this movie. We are really, really, really in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's fire. It's just amazing. I feel like it's one of the best films that came out recently. I saw some of the other stuff that was streaming, and we watched one of the movies, and I was like, what the heck was that? And Dad's is so good. Agree with me?
It really is. It'll have you laughing. It'll have you crying. It'll have you thinking. There's wisdom in there. There's a lot of good things in there. Everyone, like, you know, I've gotten text messages from people that I haven't spoken to in a while who have taken the time to watch it, and they all say the same thing, that it's just a really good documentary for us to see. And I think the awesome thing about it is that I think they say it in the documentary how, like, let's say Glenn and I were to announce, oh, we're pregnant, and it's a lot of like, especially if it's your first time, like everyone's like rushing to celebrate the woman and all of that, but they don't necessarily celebrate dads. And there are a lot of dads out here in the world that are doing great work and who are showing up for their children on a regular basis, more than some moms, and so they deserve to be celebrated.
Yeah, and the movie was put on, paid for by Dove Men Plus Care, and or Dove Men Care, the team there, and that's why you see us in a lot of the Dove ads, because they wanted to have a familiar face from the movie to promote some of the stuff, and so you're gonna see us in like CVS and you know, your
Kroger's,
shopping, your shopping
like
save,
shop,
like coupons. Somebody hit us up today, was like, oh my gosh, I got you guys in the mail and I don't want to recycle y'all. It's so cute. So you'll see us I don't know how long these ads are running for, but you'll see us, so save them. And I don't know, when we meet you, we'll sign them. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's just how married we are.